Alright, so you want to be a good park player in NBA 2K19. You know, you have a negative record and you want to make it positive. And the reason why you want to make it positive is because, well, you want to be respected when you walk onto that court. You know, and also people with positive records, you get to play more games and people actually want to play with you. If you have a negative record, well, we all know there ain't no way damn in hell you gonna be able to find a game in the park, man. The park is a cruel and lonely place for people with negative records. So people with negative records, you guys got to step your game up, and I'm going to show you guys how to in this video. Okay, now I'm not saying I'm the best park player there is in the world, but I do got some IQ, and I do win games. You know, my record ain't positive right now because I like to go out there and play with randoms. I like to go out and try to find people, find hidden treasures, hidden gems in the park, and that maybe nobody found yet, and try to recruit them to be one of my friends so that I can have more people to run with. You know, we all do that. But for the most part, I haven't really found any. That's the crazy thing about these randoms, right? It's very rare that you find one that can actually be, a part of your squad, a part of a part of your squad that you'll actually play with. All right, so let's just get right into this. All right, tip number one, right? I guess we'll call them tips. Tip number one to being a good park player is, right, finding good people to play with. All right, and I don't mean people that like these dribble gods and all this stuff. No, what I mean is people that you have chemistry with. Okay, because I don't care that you find, like, let's say you're playing 3v3. It don't matter if the two of you suck, but the one guy has a positive record and he's like 400 wins and only 2 losses, right? That don't mean nothing. It's 3v3, it's still a team game. What I mean by finding good people to play with is finding people that you have chemistry with, people that you can communicate with, people that you can feel that got your back and will actually play some defense, people that can pick up on screens. Like, that's what I mean when I say find some good people to play with. You got to find those solid players, those solid teammates, right? And you got to communicate. Once you guys build some chemistry, right, your records will start to improve. But that's the first thing you have to do. You have to find people you can build chemistry with. Okay, so find some good people, build some chemistry, right? Know how each other plays, know each other's builds, know each other's weaknesses and strengths, right? And then start from there. Now, if you don't have anybody to play with in NBA 2K19, and you have to play with some randoms, right? And that sucks, but we were all randoms once, and that's how we started. But if you got no one to absolutely play with, okay, make sure you hop on that microphone when you get on that court with those randoms, right? Hop on that microphone and start talking to them, okay? Start telling them what you can and can't do, right? What you need help with, and then make sure they get on the mic and tell you the same thing, what they can and can't do and what they need help with, okay? You guys have to communicate with each other so you guys can get a better feel for each other, so you guys know each other's capabilities and incapabilities. So anytime you play with randoms, right, start conversing, build a relationship. You have to if you want to start winning. Okay. Alright, so tip number one is find some teammates, build some chemistry. Alright, now tip number two, okay, is just as important. For most of y'all out there, when you're playing in the park and why you are losing games, why people won't play with you, right? This is tip number two. Learn how to play some goddamn defense. Alright, I can't stress that one enough. Okay, you guys gotta learn how to play some defense. Alright, you gotta learn how to pick up on screens. Okay, you gotta know not to go for steals all day. You shouldn't be jumping, right? You gotta know when to jump. Alright, you can't jump all the time. You really gotta know how to play your man and not the ball. Okay, and when alright, let me stop very quick and elaborate on that. Okay, because that's one of the main things on defense that a lot of people don't get. Now, when you're playing defense in the park, okay, you don't play the ball, you play the man. Now, for those who are too dumb to get it right now, right, I'm about to explain it to you guys. Don't look at the ball when you're playing defense. Okay, just stay by your man, follow him around. Okay, whether he has the ball or not, just follow him around, because best believe he's out there running around trying to get you caught on the screen, trying to get you to freeze up so that he can get open. Alright, and best believe also that the guy, his teammate who has the ball right now, right, is trying to draw a double team, is trying to get you guys to mess up so that his guy is open so that he can kick out for an open shot, open dunk, whatever. Okay, so when I say play your man, stay by your man, stick to your man, right? Don't look at the ball. Alright, once your defensive IQ raises, once you get into the habit of staying by your man and not just, chasing down the ball, and then you start double teaming, leaving your man open. Like, why would you do that in the first place anyways? Like, why would you double team? Stay by your man. Okay? That's the key to all this. Once your defensive IQ raises, then you'll be able to keep an eye on both. But before you start keeping an eye on both, keep an eye on just your man. Like I said, make that into a habit, learn that trait. Then you'll start to realize these patterns that people play in, right? And then you won't even need to look at the ball no more, because you'll know that, okay, when they make this cut or they run to this angle or they run past this screen, whatever, that's when their teammate's gonna try to kick the ball out to them. You'll learn all that, if you stay by your man and catch his patterns. Like, it's a video game. There's only so many patterns and so many things a player can do, but you'll eventually catch into those, and then your defense will be better and your defensive IQ will be better. So tip number 2, man, learn how to play defense. Learn how to pick up on screens. Don't go for steals all day. Don't be jumping even though like the guy's not even shooting. Just because you anticipate he's gonna shoot, you jump. Like, I hate those type of people. Like, seriously, especially people who have hundreds and hundreds of games under their belt that they've played in the park. Like, if you played over like 500 to 1,000 games, right, and you still can't control your jumping and you're still swiping, right, I don't know what to say to you, dude. You don't deserve to play this game. You don't deserve to think you're good or to be a comp player at all. Okay, you're literally, honestly, that's kind of bum status. Oh, and another thing about defense too, right? One very important thing: stop helping on defense. Okay, when you're playing park, don't help on defense unless you have played those people enough that you understand their playing patterns and you know who's a shooter, who's not a shooter. You know all their capabilities and their incapabilities. Then if you want to help on D, you can, right? But for the most part, if this is your first time playing somebody, don't do any help defense. Just don't do it. Okay, because when you help on defense, that means that your man is open. Alright, and now you're down by 3. So just stick to your man, like I said, but no help defense. Okay, don't and if you're a point guard and a small guard, right, if you have a small build, please don't go for rebounds. Right, so say your guys by the 3-point line and there are 2 centers in the post, they're in the paint, they're battling it out, right, and the guy misses a shot. Now, most of you dummies who are dummies in this game will actually run there and try to get the board. Like, really? You're a point guard and your rebounding attribute level is low, and you're trying to get a rebound while there's 2 centers in the paint. Like, why? Don't get me wrong, sometimes you can get lucky and you will get the rebound, right? But would you rather risk possibly getting the rebound and leaving your man open to take a 3, right? Like, do you want to really risk that? Is it worth the risk? Because what if you don't get the rebound? Well, now your team is down 3 because they got the rebound back and they kicked it out to your man who you left open because you thought you were Dikembe Mutombo. Okay, so for the most part, right, let your man who's a big or whoever's in the post, let him try to do his job. Let him try to get the rebound. Okay, if he can't get it, it's fine. Because whether he can get it or not, he can get back on defense and you guys aren't down 3 points because you're still on your man. Okay, so don't play help defense. If you're a small, don't go for rebounds and stuff as much. Sometimes you can. There are times, but that's what makes you a good or a bad player. Knowing when you can actually go and get a rebound, okay? Now the next tip right here, tip number 3 to being a good park player, right, is shot selection, okay? Tip number 3 is shot selection. Now please don't be one of these guys who feel like they're playing in my career while you're in the park. Okay, the park and my career are two totally different things. Okay, in my career, right, you can make a lot of contested shots. In park, not so much. Remember, park difficulty is set on superstar. Okay, it's not on pro, it's on superstar. So superstar difficulty makes it gives you a lesser chance of making your shot, especially a contested one. Now, why shot selection is so important? Because a lot of you dummies out there, right, just because you're open, you shoot the ball. But see, there's a way to shoot the ball, right? There's a what do you call it? There's like an opening to where if you take that shot, you have a better chance of making it. Okay, now if you don't have a high shooting rating, okay, please don't, just force shots up. Okay, get open. Make sure you're really open. I'm talking about literally wide open, where there's a screen and the guy's caught in the screen and you're running still, and then you stop and then shoot, right? For the most part, right, people, you don't have to pull a fadeaway. Okay, you can just stop there and shoot the ball. I'm not saying that you don't have the fadeaway down or that you can't do it. What I'm saying is, why risk it? Okay, if you have a chance to take a good shot and make it, why not just stop and then pop? Why keep running and shoot a fadeaway? I've seen so many people wide open because they can't control their goddamn joystick. They're running and they shoot. They do a moving shot. The difficult shot, right? They do that and they end up missing, and I'm like, are you effing kidding me? You were wide open. Why didn't you just stop and shoot the ball? Now, shot selection is very important because that is your only chance, right? Because this game, like I said, defense is tough on this game. Okay, like when people are by you and they can test you, you're not gonna make your shot. So when you are open, you really have to take advantage of it. So shot selection is everything, okay? Knowing when to shoot, knowing when to pull up, knowing even when to go for a layup or when to dunk, okay? But that all comes in terms with knowing what your build's capabilities are, okay? I'm a pure sharpshooter. Whether I'm open or not, right, to drive in for an easy dunk or layup, right, I literally had to weigh my options and say, okay, if there's a lockdown defender chasing me, even though I'm, say, like, 5 feet in front of him, do I really go for the layup or dunk? No, I don't. Most idiots would. That's why you're an idiot. Because you got to remember, I'm a pure sharp. My layup and dunk ratings, right, they're very low. So when I pull up for a dunk or I pull up for a layup, for the most part, it's going to give me a stupid slow animation, right? I'm gonna get that for the most part. I know because I've seen it, and I blocked a lot of pure sharps layups and dunks. Okay, we all know that. So your shot selection and knowing knowing what your build is literally everything. Okay, so you really got to pick and choose when you can and cannot score. Okay, you have to. Okay, you just literally have to. Now those are my 3 main tips, right, to becoming a good park player. Number 1 is playing with people playing with people that you have chemistry with. Like I said, you all don't have to have good records, but you all have to have good communication. That is the key. Okay, you have to build that relationship, man. I'm sorry, you have to. Tip number 2, defense. All right, defense is everything. Defense is how you win games. All right, you guys have to communicate, and you have to know how to play defense. You have to know what and when to do things. Okay, you have to know when to switch. You have to know when to go for a rebound, when not to go for a rebound. Okay, you have to know when to go for a steal and when not to go for a steal. Okay, and you have to know, like I said, you have to know how to contest shots and how to read certain plays that the opponent's trying to make. You know, I mean, it's simple, but like I said, it's not, because some people just don't know how to read it. You know, like I said, one key thing to playing defense, right, is honestly just staying on your man, right? Just staying on your man no matter what, and not the ball. So I mean, you get that down, your defense will be better. Tip number 3, all right, like I said, this is everything for your offense. Your shot selections are everything for your offense. Okay, you need to know when to shoot, when not to shoot. All right, the key to offense is limiting yourself to shooting. Okay, because if you shoot 9 times, I guarantee you ain't gonna make 9 shots. You know what I'm saying? Why don't, instead of taking like 6 to 9 shots per game, why not just take 3 to 4 good looking shots? Right? That's how I play. I try to take 3 to 4 good looking shots, because if you take 9, right, there's something wrong there already. Number one, you're ball hogging and you're not giving your teammates a chance to help you guys win. That's a fact. But taking 3 to 4 good shots is the best thing you can do for your teammates. Don't get me wrong, if you're open and you go 7 for 7, right, that's a good thing too. But for the most part, you know, when you become hot and your opponents know that you can score, they're gonna keep a tighter grip around you. So you're going to have to, you know, utilize that, knowing that they're gonna stick on you a little harder, to draw in more double teams, to, you know, do whatever you can to get, you know, your teammates defender over to you so that you can get him open. Yeah, so those are my 3 tips, right, to getting better at the park. Okay, now the next video I'm gonna put in, it's not gonna be with this video because this video is already too long. I'm sorry guys, I had a lot of rambling to do. But the next video, I'm actually gonna show you guys footage, right, of how to play and how I play and how I use these 3 tips that I'm giving you guys. But we're gonna talk through it as we watch through the actual gameplay. All right, so if you guys want to see more, man, just watch that next video, man. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope this video helped you guys. Right, and please let me know if there's any questions, man. And if you ever want to run with me too, man, look up my name, send me a friend request, and let's run, man. If you got IQ and you have a bad record, right, and you don't, and it's because, you know, you have no one to play with and you run with randoms only, man, give me a text, dude. Give me a text and let's run. Let's start winning some games. All right.